I've told you about the best action figures ever made, the worst action figures ever made, the silliest, the dumbest, the craziest. And today, I need your help because I found out about an action figure line I didn't even know about, and I can't decide if it's stupid, if it's cool, or if it's weird. As you can see, I'm not at home. I'm not in the junk room. I had to travel far to find out about this action figure line. We started, of course, in the United States. Before this one, we had to go way down south, South Georgia. So far south, there was a rumor about the devil and a country boy fighting over a gold fiddle. We ended up in Cairo, Georgia. Did you even know there was such a place? I don't see no dang pyramids or sphinx here. When I found this trailer park, I discovered an action figure line I didn't know anything about. And right here in Cairo, Georgia, I ran into Agnes Barentine. I don't know if she was with her son, her husband, or boyfriend. I'm not really sure what the relationship was, but his name was Ernest Panhandle, and they had a lot to say about a toy line I never heard of.
What was that toy line Billy Boy got it for Christmas back in 1980? What was that? It was like a monster. It was like some monsters and some, I don't know, some presidents or something. Remember that? It was like, I'll tell you, he had a bunch of them. Don't tell me what he had.
Don't tell me. I grew up with him. I bought it.
It was monsters.
He didn't have anything like that.
It was, what was it? President.
He didn't have it.
As you can see, these two, they knew about an action figure line I never even heard of. President action figures that are monsters. Kind of like the Universal monsters, but they're presidents.
Well, I mean, I do remember he had that one. He had that one that
sounds like something you buy. That. You buy that kid
African
and
president we had.
You bought that
his name?
kid every one of those monster presidents. I know I saw them all. I didn't think I saw Jimmy Carter. I'm not really sure. I saw a bunch of them. I can tell you that. And you did buy.
What he was trying to say was Bulacula. This is Dracula and Obama mixed together. Yeah, they took Dracula and Obama and made a figure into one.
And then his friend Chimito, he had one that looked like that guy with the top hat. Remember that guy with the top hat? He was the president. Yeah, remember he had that one. He did have that one. I know he had that one. I got it for him. He did have that one. Don't tell me he didn't have it. Now Billy didn't have it. Bobby of the Water had it, but no, he didn't have it at all.
Lincolnstein. They took Abraham Lincoln and mixed him with Frankenstein. And don't tell me that's Lincolnstein's monster. No, it's Lincolnstein. Strange.
He had one based on that Waterloo president. Remember that little? He said, "I'm a crook. I'm a crook." Then him, he said,
"What you talking? What? Waterloo? What? I don't know what you talking about."
No,
he didn't have. He only had. I know which ones he had. He lived right down there, and I saw every dang one of them.
Nixon.
It was Watergating.
Monster of Watergate Lounge. I think we all know what this is right here. Creature of the Black Lagoon mixed with President Nixon.
Remember that guy that Meemaw saw up in Dallas, got his head blown off, got shot in the head. Remember that guy Meemaw saw back there, like in the '60s. They made him also. Johnny Kennedy. Yeah, that's right, the John Kennedy. That guy shot him right back in the head. I remember that. I was like, "Get out of here!"
You said it. Phantom of the White House. John F. Kennedy mixed with Phantom of the Opera, and there was two different ones. One that came with a smiley face and one that came with a frown face mask. Two different ones. Can you believe it? A variation of this crazy action figure line.
I'll tell you one that Billy had. I know Billy had this one right here. It was like a mummy. It was Ronald Reagan. I remember that. I remember the name. I remember the color, the clothes. I remember everything about it. Rummy.
I'm not sure if he pronounced it right. I'm not sure if I'm going to pronounce it right. The Rummy. Yeah, the mummy mixed with Ronald Reagan. Who comes up with this stuff?
And those Taylor twins, they had two of them based on that Bill Clinton.
He's right about that. There was two Wolf Bills. Bill Clinton and the Wolfman mixed together. One in a blue suit, one in a gray suit. I guess they just couldn't decide which one looked best. So they released them both. Which one's the hardest one to find? Which one's worth the most? I'll let you research that.
I think the only one left, I think there was another one that was like that Bush. One of them Bush guys they bought him into something. I don't know what they bought him into, but they bought one of the Bush guys.
Yep. Zombush. Based on Bush. The second Bush, not the first Bush. I guess they could have done both. Zombie 1, Zombie 2, but they didn't. They did one based on George Bush. WH, I can't keep up with all that, but they did do one.
I really don't know who released it, but I know they released some of these guys, because I saw them. I know Tommy had one, Billy had one.
This was released by a company called Heroes in Action in 2011, who also did some president figures also, and some more monster figures a couple years later in 2014.
I might not know who my daddy is, but I got it up here when it comes to those toys them boys had around here. I've seen every one of them about 10 times, I bet, maybe 20 times.
I want to thank Agnes and Ernest for telling me about this action figure line I never heard of. I know you're saying, Junkman, why didn't you do this around Halloween? It would fit better than around Christmas time. Well, sorry, I'm not going to the Deep South and during Halloween time. That's just asking too much. Well, I'll continue up the road, down the street. Never know what else I'll find across the U.S., across Canada.
Hey, Junkman channel popping though.
Thank you, sir, for that unsolicited testimony.